If you've ever been underpaid, overworked, or treated like you're replaceable, hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up, because this is one of the most satisfying workplace revenge stories you'll ever hear. Early 2010s. YouTube was still the Wild West. Brands were just starting to realize video was the future, but few understood how much work it actually took to make good content. So when a local university hired me as their new content creator, I was thrilled. They wanted to use YouTube to build their brand, and I was supposed to lead it. The pay? Barely $2,200 a month. But back then, there weren't many creators around, and I figured this was my chance to build something real. On my second day, my manager handed me my KPI sheet, and my stomach dropped. 85 videos. In 1 year, each one 3 to 10 minutes long. For a one-man team. And I wasn't just editing. I had to script, cast, shoot, compose music, and produce everything, using my own gear because their equipment looked like it belonged in a museum. Their computers could barely open Windows, and the cameras, they still used mini DV tapes. I told my manager, "This is impossible," but she just smiled, that fake corporate smile, and said, "Just do your best. If the quality's there, we won't worry about quantity." She seemed nice back then, supportive even, so I believed her, and for a while everything was fine. The first month, she was all praise. Every meeting was, "We love your energy. You're exactly what this department needed." Then one day, everything changed. All because I made a mistake. A stupid, innocent mistake. I told her I was a smoker. She froze. Her smile faltered, like I just told her I kick puppies for fun. That afternoon, a colleague pulled me aside and whispered, "Dude, she hates smokers, like irrationally. She's tried to get people fired over it." At first, I thought she was exaggerating. But by the next morning, my manager's tone had shifted completely. She started nitpicking everything. "You smell like cigarettes. You're 5 minutes late. You weren't answering calls during your break. Never mind that I worked 4 hours of overtime almost every day. Never mind that my videos were crushing it." The university's channel had never seen numbers like mine before. She didn't care. And every little jab, every sarcastic, "Are you sure you can handle this?" chipped away at me, but I held it together because I believed hard work could fix anything. If I just produced enough good content, she'd have to see my worth, right? 5 months in, I got called into the director's office. The moment I saw my manager there, sitting with that smug little smirk, I knew it wasn't good. The director looked at me and said, "I'm disappointed. We're halfway through the year, and you've only finished 30 of your 85 videos." My stomach dropped. I tried to explain that I was doing everything, scripting, filming, editing, scoring, alone, that I worked 6 days a week, that my videos were outperforming every other piece of content they'd ever released. And most of all, that my manager herself had said she valued quality over quantity. But the director just shook her head. "The KPI is 85 videos in a year. You're behind. We're cutting the cord early." And my manager, she leaned back, crossed her arms, and said with a snort, "We'll find a professional production house to finish the job." That word, professional, hit me like a punch to the gut. Like all my sleepless nights, all my effort, meant nothing. The director gave her a nod of approval and said, "Don't worry, she'll get it done." And that's when something inside me clicked, because I was the one who'd built their database of production houses. I knew every contact they had. And my manager, she had 0 industry connections. I realized I might be fired, but I still held all the strings. That night, I went back to my desk. No one stopped me. I was still technically employed until end of day. I opened up the database, the list of every production company we could hire, and I started making a few changes. I edited every single contact. Wrong numbers, fake emails, dead leads, all of it scrambled, except for one. A small but solid production house where my friend worked as a junior director. Not an assistant, a director, but stuck doing small projects, desperate for a break. I called him that night, told him everything. "Listen," I said, They're about to look for a production house. You're gonna get the call. I'll teach you exactly how to pitch, what to say, how to appeal to their ego. You win the job, and your company pays me a 15% finder's fee. He didn't even hesitate. Done. Within 2 days, his company got the call. They came in to pitch, and thanks to the playbook I gave them, they nailed it. The director and my former manager were blown away. How do they already understand our themes and style so well? Because I had fed them everything. They signed on the spot. Here's the thing. Hiring a production house is expensive. Each video cost double or triple my monthly salary, but they had full crews, proper gear, a real studio. They could make a video every 2 to 3 days. So in 4 months, they cranked out 50 videos and invoiced the university for a 6-digit total. I got my 15% finder's fee, 15 months worth of my old salary. I used some of it to pay for a film course abroad, and the rest I spent on a holiday in Bali. I thought that was the end of it. A clean, poetic revenge. They paid 10 times what I would have cost, and I walked away richer. But karma wasn't finished yet. One sunny afternoon in Bali, my phone buzzed. It was a former colleague, the same one who'd warned me about my manager's hatred of smokers. Her message was short. You won't believe what just happened. Turns out, my manager had been fired. Apparently, the university's content project, the one I was hired for, had a total budget of roughly a year and a half of my salary. But after hiring the production house, they'd spent 10 times that amount. The chancellor was furious. My manager had panicked, rushing to complete the KPI to impress the director, and approved the massive spend without authorization. The director got reamed for letting it happen, and my former manager escorted out, just like that. Meanwhile, my friend's company was thriving. He got promoted to full director. And me? I was sipping cocktails on a beach, getting paid for a job they'd fired me from. You know what I learned? Sometimes the best revenge isn't loud. It's quiet, strategic, the kind where your enemies don't even realize they've dug their own graves, until you're standing above them watching them fall in. 'Cause real revenge isn't about destruction, it's about balance. They tried to take away my dignity. I took back my worth. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen at work? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories just like this one, where karma doesn't just knock, collects interest.